And here we are again, QuickBooks 2013, the latest and greatest. And in this video, we're going to be covering a little bit in the report section. That's right, we're going to go into the report section, or you have it over here on your left-hand side. You have your report section over here as well. When it comes to reporting, the main thing is to find the right report that will give you the information that you are looking for. Of course, there will be some reports that you go to more too often than others, and there's some reports that you may never ever use. So don't get overwhelmed on how many reports there are. You go to what you need, and it does help. It really gives you a visual of how your company's doing, what's left open in AR, which we'll go further in other videos, what money you owe, so many things. The one thing we're going to go over right now is the company financial, just as an example. And I'm going to do a profit and loss standard. And you'll see over here that there's a few icons. One is run, or I can double click on it. The other one is info if I want more information. I could save this report to my favorite. Okay, or I can get more help and learn more about this report if I don't know what this report does or what information it gives me. I can also choose right away if I wanted this month to date, this week, but you could do that in there. So for now, I'm going to run it. And here we have our profit and loss report for December 1 through December 15th. Right away up here is where you could change some dates. You could either do this week, this month, last year. There's a lot of different reports that you could choose. So we're going to do, for now, this fiscal year. So it's going to update over here from January to December, or you can change it manually over here. And you're going to hit refresh. It's going to update that as well. So it gives you an idea. Over here you could also make it smaller. You can wind it a little bit. There's a lot of different things you could do with this report. You could minimize it, you can maximize it if you want details. You could do a sort feature. And then of course we can go into customize report, which I do like to use here and there, definitely. I'm going to look at the dates once again. This report base is on accrual. I want it set to cash. Display the columns. I don't really mess with this a whole lot. This kind of gives you different things if you want a year to date right next to it. So you can play with this a little bit. I'm not going to go over every feature, but definitely look into the customized report. You can go into an advanced if you don't want to display anything that has zeros. So everything that's zeros you don't want it to display. This is another thing I like to do because I don't like to see zeros. So definitely go into advanced option and do non-zeros. You can do different filters. You can add different headers and footers, fonts. This is all cosmetics. It's not super important unless you're going to present it to your boss and you really want to make it look nice, or to a client. But once again, I don't really spend a whole lot of time on this. I just really want the information, best and cleanest as possible. I'm going to hit OK. And there you go. It kind of gave me a year to date and whatever this report is. So if I do this month, it's going to only change the left hand side, and it kind of gives you a side-by-side comparison. I see a 0 over here, but the reason the 0 came up is because there's a number on this side. If there was no number over here, I guarantee you this would not show up, because we set to show non-zeros. So if you're wondering why you're seeing zeros over here, it's because if it's going to show one column, it's got to show the other. And now, if this is a type of report that I will be going to often, and I like the settings that I have here, I'm going to go to Memorize, and I'm going to call it Profit and Loss Standard and Year to Date. And we can even say it's cash basis. And I could save this into different areas over here, or I could just save it alone. And I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to actually get out of here, X out. Or before I do X out, there's a few more options you can look at, which is you could print this report, you can email this report as an Excel or PDF, or you can export it to your computer by going to over here. So definitely also use these features because you are going to be using that. And I'm going to X out at this point. And right away, what I wanted to show you over here is the tabs up here. So the tabs up here, if you go to Memorized, and we scroll down, and there you go, I found my report. I can pretty much open it up at this point, and there's my memorized report that I can refer to, and that way I don't have to put the same settings again. Of course, I can even hit memorize, add a new one. I'm going to call it profit and loss standard, and let's say I change the settings in there, and I could say for accountant, but this time I'm going to save it under the accountant group. And then that way I know if anytime I want to send something to my account, this is the report that I give, or to my CPA or to my tax person as an example. I'm going to X out of over here. You'll notice over here under favorites we have none, so if we mark this a favorite and you go under favorites, you'll find this right here. Under recent, it's going to show you the recent reports that you pulled up. So if you got logged out or you forgot which report I just recently pulled up, you have your recent, which is really, really cool. And that pretty much wraps up this video. We're going to be showing more stuff about a lot more stuff, about a lot more stuff, but we can only do so much in one video. I think this gives you the idea basic of reports. If you have any questions, let us know and we will help you out.